to our criteria of becoming the care drivers. And we do run their drug in our.
Welcome to We the Women live talk show, एक ऐसा show where we invite powerful women of our community who have inspired us to stand for ourselves against all odds. Your invite, my very special guest for today's show, Vandana Mishra, owner of Go Easy Ride Services for Children in Seattle. Welcome to the show, Vandana. How are you?
Thank you. I'm very excited to share my journey with you too.
Of course, you're a true powerhouse, I should say. So, Vandana, tell me about your business, which we really want to know how you started and what motivated you to enter in this journey of Go Easy. But before we start, मैं जानना चाहूँगी कि how was your childhood and your background? Like आपका शुरू से ही business का background था या आपने अपना जो जीवन का सफ़र है किस तरह से शुरू किया मैं उसके बारे में पूछना चाहूँगी आपसे.
So I was raised in a family of an immigrant. My father was born in Sindh, which was a province of Pakistan, and when the Pakistan-India division happened in 1948, he was 14 years old, and he was orphan. Some distant
Oh.
relative actually brought him up to India, and then he stayed in refugee camp. That's how his personality developed through challenges. Uh, so he started building his life around, got married, and then had 6 children. So we are 6 siblings, four
Wow.
sisters, and so because of his so many challenges that he faced in his life, it was not easy for him. So he was of a mindset that you just have to earn and make a living. He was not supportive of the education, not for specific to girls or boys. He was just not supportive of the education at all.
Oh, okay.
Um, that's how he did not let my sisters study. I was the fourth one, so little pampered and spoiled one in the house.
Absolutely.
And my sisters did not study, though they were very sharp, very intelligent. They just did their education till 12th grade and he just got them married.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
when it was my turn, he wanted me to do the same. But I'm with the grace of God's blessing, I think it was my destiny. Seems like I was born as a fourth child, and I had three elder sisters supporting me.
Yeah.
They kind of stood up for me that no, you have not supported us for the education, but let her go. And I was very sharp in my studies. I used
Wow.
to top my school, and
Oh, really?
yes, yes, I did.
Awesome.
Um, he did not come for my admission into the engineering college. My sister did.
Okay.
My the immediate one who is 2 years older than me. She came with me. She accompanied, and she had the signature of guardian. And
Okay.
that's how I got into the engineering college. And I did computer science engineering, and I topped all my years.
Wow. Wow.
So
So impressive.
confident finally that she is set to do something. But still, he had that mindset. Okay, you will get married, then how will you? How we will find a guy? Because again, his mindset was that if a girl is getting educated, and if we have to find a guy of same caliber for her, then
Absolutely.
we have to
Absolutely.
give a lot of dowry, which I don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Again, I used to say that you don't have to find anyone for me. I'll find it for myself who will not demand any dowry.
Okay.
So when my engineering got completed, I was it was just 15 days. Those 15 days also, I couldn't sit idle at home. And I said, no, I want to go and work in these metros. My sister came along with me. I'm so thankful to her. And I'm still thankful to her because she supported me all the way through education. Like they were studies, she will take all the housework and she'll say, you go study. And
But Vandana, I want to know one thing. I want to ask you. I have so much of curiosity about this. जैसे आपने मुझे बताया कि आपने टॉप किया और घर में आपको सपोर्ट नहीं था, right? And only your siblings were supportive. So was it not a pressure? Because आज की young generation भी यही कह देती जब कुछ नहीं होता कि नहीं घर से सपोर्ट नहीं था या पेरेंट्स से सपोर्ट नहीं था. It was so much of mental pressure. I couldn't cope up with my studies. How you manage that?
स्टडीज के समय मेंटल प्रेशर सी जब आपको स्टडीज का मेंटल प्रेशर मुझे नहीं था दैट केम नेचुरली टू मी आई वाज फॉन्ड ऑफ स्टडीज प्रेशर ये था कि घर के काम छोड़ करके स्टडीज कैसे करूं
ओके ओके
सो because there were day-to-day responsibilities of the home. At certain point of time could not do any housework.
Absolutely.
So my sister used to take up a lot of my responsibilities of housework. We used to have shared responsibility. Okay, certain part of the day आप cooking करोगे, आप you know washing, drying करोगे. उस समय तो laundry machines नहीं होते थे, सब हाथ करते तो she would take up everything for 2 months in a year. She will do it. She'll support me. तो वो काम का एक था, but पढ़ाई का मुझे कभी mental pressure नहीं रहा because it came naturally to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see that your love for education, absolutely. So education is the biggest weapon you can fight every war, I should say, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So true.
Yeah. And the neighborhood that I was brought up in also girls or boys का पढ़ने का into नहीं था.
हाँ जी.
They go for because we came from a Sindhi family, so था business संभालो. Everybody go to a shop. Like summer vacations, maybe they wouldn't play outside. They boys would go for they're handling their shops, their big showrooms, and girls would learn cookings, sewings, or embroidery, all those classes. And my father wanted me to do the same. Nothing bad about it. I did learn embroidery or cleaning or sewing also. I did some learning in some summer vacations, but that's not where my heart was.
Okay.
I remember we used to go take sewing machine on our heads, walk to lady's house and learn. I came back within 15 days that I cannot do this. Stayed all the way,
Yeah.
Couple of years to get expert at that, but they did that. But again, my heart was lying here in studies.
Awesome. So, शादी के बारे में जानना चाहूंगी. तो आपने कहा कि मैं खुद ढूंढ लूंगी जहां मैंने आपको रोका था. फिर आपकी शादी के बारे में भी हम जानना चाहेंगे कि when you got married and how many kids you have.
Yeah, so I went to find a job in the city and in Pune, and during one of the job, I met with someone. We got married.
Okay.
And then we got to USA. He didn't want to come to US. Then मेरे friends की शादी हो रही थी USA. पता नहीं कुछ dream होता होगा. Now think about it, शायद होगा destiny इधर आने का. सब all my friends were coming here, getting married and settling here. And then I remember once I told him, I was working in Satyam, he was working in Cognizant. And I used to say, सब फ्रेंड्स जा रहे हैं, I was topper, तो मुझे भी जाना चाहिए.
Absolutely. बनता है आपका आना, absolutely.
So he was very much attached to his home and city. He didn't want to come, but my father-in-law said, नहीं तुम लोग जाओ, आगे बढ़ो. My father-in-law was very supportive of.
Of course, it's a land of opportunity. Absolutely right, and you were such a bright person, of course.
So then we came here and have two daughters. Uh,
Okay.
so one is studying in Berkeley. She's um, 20 years old. Another one is 15, soon to be turning 16, an aspiring actress.
Oh, wow, nice. Good to know. Very nice. So, you had started doing job when you came here, right?
Yes, I came here in US in year 2000, and it was hard to find job because H1B was a problem. And then at that time, the economy was going down because of the dot-com burst. A lot of companies were shutting down. So there were not very many jobs, as well as September 11 happened at that time.
Oh,
So
okay.
visa processing stopped. And during that time only, my daughter was born. I had one stillborn during that time.
Oh,
Almost 9 months of pregnancy, but and I had a girl child also, which didn't survive. So, but the older one was born after a year. Then वो घर पे तो बैठना नहीं था.
हाँ जी.
So I kept looking. बहुत परेशान करती थी मैं मेरे हस्बैंड को भी कि मुझे करना है जॉब करना है एंड ही वाज वेरी सपोर्टिव एट दैट टाइम टू कि यस यस ही ओनली referred me. He was working in Microsoft and he referred me to Microsoft, one of the groups. I got interviewed and I was selected. They processed my H1 and my daughter was, very young at that time, couple of months old. देन उसके बाद में जो मिला वो जॉब, तो उसके बाद में मैंने कहा अब रुकना नहीं है, बिकॉज दिस 1 or 2 years ऑफ गैप ऑल्सो
Yeah.
आई डिड नॉट लाइक दैट. सो उसके बाद में आई हैव नेवर स्टॉप्ड.
Awesome. I feel you don't like to waste time. That's what I feel about you. You really want to utilize every moment you have. That is so good, and you really need to use your time, and time is money. That's what it is. It's so valuable. So that's what it is, and it's good to know, and you're inspiring everyone कि वक्त को बर्बाद नहीं करना चाहिए, उसका पूरा इस्तेमाल करना चाहिए. So you went to job, and how you plan to jump into this business, and it's so awesome. I was so impressed when I came to know about this right service for children. That's awesome, and it's such a good thing which is really needed by each and every parent here who is living in USA. It's so much needed. So आपको ये thought कब आया?
So I did work for Microsoft until my second one was born.
Okay.
So when second one was born, there is a 5 years of gap between the two. So when my second one was born, I worked in Microsoft for 1 year, and then I started seeing that okay, my performance was impacted because of having children, and they needed my attention. Then I switched from full-time Microsoft to contracting, and I did that for some time. Then we had started business of providing the services to Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I came into the business because I wanted some balance in my life.
Correct.
During the time I was in Microsoft, I was getting promotions because I'm a workaholic bee. I got
Very
3
nice.
promotions during those 5-6 years of tenure, and it's not very easy to get that in Microsoft.
Correct.
So, but having used to performing at that level, and then after having a second child, I was not being consistent. I did get this feedback from the manager that your previous performance was good, but now you are not that consistent. So I wanted to have this balance in work as well as I'm a very emotional mom. Kid
Okay.
that catches up with me when I'm not spending time with my daughters.
Absolutely.
That thing was also in back of my mind that so this is how I jumped into helping. Me and my husband both were partners, business partners. So
Okay.
help he was already there, and I joined and started helping him, and then the business grew from 600K of revenue to 10 million revenue in
Very nice.
years. Yeah.
Super. So, how you manage your business, like the right services? What is the plan? How it works? I would like our audience to know about that, and even they can get benefit out of that.
Before that, let me answer your question. I think I did not answer your question correctly. You said, how did you started GoEase, right?
Yes.
The previous business that we had was consulting one. We sold it to one of a very big company. And then again, my daughter demanded, who was 13-year-old at that time, Mom, you are never at home. You are always so engrossed at work. So you spend
Yeah.
time with us now. So I said, okay, let me spend time with you now. By the time when I was working in, our own consulting business, I
Mm-hmm.
was using nannies. I was hiring nannies to pick them up from school,
Of
drop them
course.
to home. So none of the nannies are available for half an hour or 1 hour who will just do the driving job. They
Mm-hmm.
wanted more hours. So I would hire them at home. They would just sit at home. I'll pay them for 3, 4 hours while they are there while I get to home. So this is how I see that my need was just the transportation for children. My daughter was 13. She
Yeah.
could stay at home alone with my younger one who was 8 at that time. But I was hiring nanny just for a couple of hours because she needed more hours.
Correct.
So that idea actually started getting into my head at that time only. So that's when, our when consulting business was acquired.
Okay.
Uh, this idea was in my mind. So, but the seed was there. It's just that it took some time to uh, grow.
Absolutely. And it's such a great help for each and every parent, actually. It's so nice. And this service is like a blessing for everyone, whosoever is in Seattle, I'll say, because, and I would like this to spread everywhere. And you're inspiring so many women, and it's such a good thing because being a mom, I feel you always want to spend time with your children. You want to be there for them, of course. This is a very special part of parenting, that your time is needed, and you have taken out such a beautiful solution that parents are also at ease, that when they know. And एक वक्त होता है जब हमें अपने बच्चों को टाइम देना होता है, उनकी हर चीज़ को उनमें आगे बढ़ाने के लिए, आई शुड से, that they need your support and your time. If you're not able to give, at least now you are providing that. So please be more descriptive and let our viewers know about that, and they can use benefit of that, please.
Yeah, so coming back to your how how parents can use this service, right?
Yeah.
So the idea was that it should be strictly transportation
Mm-hmm.
for children. And so parents can go on our website and sign up. They can create an account. And the idea is that you don't have to request ride every single day. You can just create you can see your child's schedule that, okay, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, my child goes to this particular class and I need ride for that. So you just go and enter your child's schedule and we put it in our system, and we have most likely it will the same person that will show up every single day to pick up your child and drop off your child with all the validation in place for that person. We have a very strict vetting process for we call them nanny drivers or care drivers. They're
Okay.
not drivers. They are care drivers or nanny drivers. They know how to handle children.
So
And
you
so
have certain criteria for selecting the care drivers?
you can hear the dog barking in the background. Can
Yes. I'm saying, like, is there a certain criteria for the care drivers when you select them?
Yes, yes. So the care drivers have to have some experience with children. We check their motor vehicle records.
Mhm.
So if they have had any speeding ticket or any accidents or any motor violations in last 3 years, more than one, then we are they don't fit into our criteria of becoming the care drivers.
Okay.
And we do run their drug and alcohol test, strict criminal background check, county at a county level, at a federal level, and we meet with them in person. We inspect their vehicle. We make sure that their vehicle registration is up to the mark,
Mhm.
and insurance that we support, because this particular category, driving children, requires certain requirements for having the auto insurance. So we make sure that those are being met, and if those are not being met, we actually support them to get those.
Awesome. You must be getting blessings from all the parents, I feel. It's a great job and आपने आधी उनकी जिम्मेदारी आपने उठा ली है, मुझे ये कहना चाहिए. And it is so good because जिन पे आप विश्वास करते हैं अपने बच्चे, आप उनके साथ भेज सकते हैं. That's it, so much needed. You just cannot send your kids with any stranger. That's a big problem, of course, and parents are so much stressed out, but they know you personally, and when you are referring and your services are being provided, it's a great blessing again, I'll say. Like, I am feeling so happy, and it's a very smart idea of yours, I'll say, and it's inspiring other women too. And are you planning to spread up your branches in different states too?
Yes, yes. We started from east side, and now we are actually moving to the west, like Seattle area. We get a lot of requests that when are you starting Seattle area? So in March, we are expanding it to the, Seattle side. And then once we capture the Washington state, there are 1.2 million children who go to school every single day in Seattle, Washington state. So once we have captured and made our footprint in Washington state, definitely we will move to the other states. I would point out that there are other services which are there, which provide these type of services. But the service which actually takes into consideration the child's schedule and also provide them the low cost solution. Other services, if you see, there are 2.5 times the cost that we are providing. Reason being is that we take a lot of time. We have an algorithm in place, being a software engineer and my business is also a software developer. So we have an algorithm in place that actually matches the children going onto the same route. So we create our routes. We spend a lot of time in creating a route so that all children going into the same direction can be accommodated in one single vehicle. So this is like a less cost burden to parents, and especially whoever wants the recurring rides for their child. And as well as it's good for the environment that it reduces the number of vehicles.
Perfect. So do you have a proper contract with them, with the people to whom you're providing the services, like it's monthly or yearly based, how it works?
Yes. So we do have the proper agreement. Some of the parents sign up with us for the whole year. Some of the parents don't want to have that big of a commitment, so they can sign up on a monthly basis or a weekly basis or quarterly basis, say by month, 6 months basis or a year basis.
Awesome. That is so nice. So tell me, what is the best compliment you have got after starting your business, Vandana?
Oh, I get, because my phone number is directly available to all the parents whose children we are serving. And I'm very glad that these parents have started trusting. Earlier I used to get queries, "Hey, my child will be safe, will he be the one waiting outside their school and your driver will show up, right?" And I used to tell them, your child I consider as my own, because I'm not going to be able to sleep if your child is waiting there. Every child that is getting entered into our system is, now is our student, our child. He's just not a rider for us. He is a child. So I get tons of compliments, tons of personal messages. I can read some of them for you here.
Sure, I would love to.
Many, many, many. Yeah.
So आप हमें इसके बारे में बताइएगा जब आपसे पैजन में मिलने आएंगे. I would love to have your session there also, because this is such a awesome thing what you have started, and this service is going to be a great benefit for all the parents, because हर कोई चाहता है कि मेरा बच्चा आगे बढ़े और हर फील्ड में आगे बढ़े, बिकॉज आज के दौर में बहुत सी फील्ड्स है और आपके बच्चे के इंटरेस्ट के हिसाब से आप उससे हेल्प कर सकते हैं, सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं. एंड आई फील जो बच्चे का दिल है हमें उसमें ही उसे आगे बढ़ाना चाहिए ताकि वो अपना बेस्ट दे पाए. That's what is my message for every parent also. So tell me, Vandana, what are your plans for next 5 years?
So next 5 years, first, as I said, हम लोगों को वॉशिंगटन में पूरा फुटप्रिंट spread करना है and definitely spread it across the nation. And we want to actually partner with all the schools in the nation so that they can utilize this service and start offering them. Lot of times क्या होता है कि schools are running the buses but they don't serve from door to door. Our service is more from door to door. And
Mm-hmm.
I next 5 years में है कि schools, school districts, even state level should recognize कि this service is actually cost effective from them rather than running a whole school bus. And take the small batches of children in a batch of we take children in a batch of 14 also. So
Okay.
हर 14 बच्चे में से हर बच्चे को घर तक के ड्रॉप ऑफ किया जा सकता है. I want my routing algorithm to go, to the government, present it to the government and they start using that routing algorithm. So हर बच्चे को घर घर पहुंचाया जाए rather than एक common bus stop पर. Because weather conditions हो कुछ और चीजें हो, because there are so many uncertainties
Yeah.
of where the world is
Well,
going. And again we want to save the environment also. So the
absolutely.
service is really good. And next 5 year my plan is that everyone sees what we are up to and starts utilizing that.
Awesome, awesome. तो एक आम से खास बनने के लिए किसी भी फील्ड में आगे बढ़ा जा सकता है एंड इट्स सो नाइस वंदना एंड यू हैड बीन थ्रू लॉट ऑफ हर्डल्स आपने बहुत ही आसानी से अपनी जर्नी हमें सुनाई बट आई डू अंडरस्टैंड कि कहने में और सहने में बहुत फ़र्क होता है and I have great regards for you the way you are and thank you so much for coming on our show and sharing your journey with our viewers and inspiring women across the globe. But before we end the show, I would like to ask you any message for our viewers. उसके बिना तो हम शो एंड नहीं कर सकते.
Yeah, definitely. I so whenever I there are lots of ups and downs in the journey of an entrepreneur, and last 5 years have been very tough for me, very challenging at a personal level, at being a mom of two teenage daughters. And I did not share that in the year 2019 I became a single mom, whatever
Oh,
the reasons were. But I became a single mom, and since um, then I have been single-handedly, raising my daughters. Um, there was a point in time where I was, thinking that uh, would I survive? Would I go through all these tough times? And I was really thinking, sinking. And my sisters used to call me every single time to check on me. Are you okay? My friend, who lives in California, who used to call me every single evening, are you okay? She used to check on me. I'm very glad. So, first message that I will give to all the women is sisterhood. The sisters were there with me. This friend, she is there with me still. I mean, she calls me every couple of days now because I was out of that phase. There was a phase. So I want to promote this sisterhood. Don't fight on the back. Be part of the sisterhood journey. I have had these sisters. You can hear that these sisters from my journey. You can see that I had these sisters who uplifted me all the time. And I have this friend who actually uplifts me every single day. So first of all, I'll spread the message of be sisters to each other, uplift each other. And the second message that I'll give is that whenever there are challenges, just don't look down. There would be some period of time where you would be, demotivated or down, but there is a new day that's coming, and rise above your challenges. I can sum it up in a song that Me Door, composed by Suleiman, that I would like to sing two lines out of it and to
Please.
encourage all the women. So here it goes. कि हौसला कैसे झुके कि आरज़ू कैसे रुके मंजिल मुश्किल तो क्या धुंधला साहिल तो क्या तन्हा ये दिल तो क्या हो
बहुत अच्छे.
आह में कांटे बिखरे अगर उस पे तो फिर भी चलना ही है शाम छुपा ले सूरज मगर रात को एक दिन ढलना ही है रुत ये टल जाएगी हिम्मत रंग लाएगी सुबह फिर आएगी
क्या बात है वंदना, superb. I loved it. How nice. You have beautiful voice. It's so mesmerizing and beautiful message for all of us sisters. Thank you so much and I should compliment you that you are queen of hearts, I'll say. आपकी एक खास जगह है हमारे दिलों में. Thank you so much and thank you for showcasing impossible means I am possible. So thank you Vandana for being guest on our show today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rashmi.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.